speaking of Alex Bregman, third baseman, not gonna has yet to sign anywhere, specifically with the Astros, which is just shocking. It looks like the Tigers are the front runner at this point. They're asking,
They're the
or
only,
he's
and the
asking.
only reason I say that is because no, I don't see anybody else attached to him.
I haven't heard anything.
Again, another guy. I'll take him in Seattle.
Yep. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. And
100%.
even though he's not my favorite, given the history, I think he's an
Right.
incredible third baseman. Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy's a
The
dude.
dude can
So
hit too. The dude rakes.
perfect situation for me. He ends up in New York. We move Jazz back to second base.
Yeah, because no more Glaber.
No more Glaber.
Because he's actually in Detroit, by the way.
Yep, he just went over to Detroit. That'll be interesting for him. Really interested. I'll be watching that close. But yeah, Jazz goes back to second for the first time in a century. So, it's going to have to work at it a little bit. You bring in Bregman, you've got some money, do it. It's not even complicated. But
Right.
for
Well,
whatever reason,
and
it hasn't been on the agenda. So,
yeah. When I figure Seattle works too, because right now Seattle does not have an everyday third baseman. Josh Rojas, they non-tendered him. He signed with the White Sox. So third base is open. You've got Dylan Moore, who won a utility Gold Glove, who you could put at third base, but he's not a consistent enough bat to play there every day. He's a platoon. He's a platoon guy. And I don't want a platoon guy at third base anymore. I'm tired of platoons at third base. So sign Bregman. You got your everyday third baseman, then you can platoon second base with like Cole Young and Ryan Bliss. Like if that's what you decide to do. But lock down a third baseman, an everyday third baseman. Bregman's there.
yeah, he is
No
there.
reason not to give that dude $200 million. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that much money compared to what else is being thrown around on the free agent market.
Oh, no. No,
Especially if it's like, I didn't see the years on it, but like 5 years, 6 years, ain't that bad for a guy like Bregman. So
who's the
go
everyday
get it
third
done.
baseman in Cincinnati, though, right now?
It
Because
was,
it was
it
steroid guy,
was
right?
Noelvi Marte was who it was supposed to be, but he got,
That's right.
like you said, got suspended. And
Yeah.
so I think most of the time they ended up having Santiago Espinal played 118 games at third base, or 118 games,
Okay.
mostly at third base.
If the Cincinnati Reds were willing to spend the money, he would slide right into that role, and I'll bet you he hits as well or better in Cincinnati.
He would rake, he absolutely crush the ball in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
I just don't think they'd be willing to spend the money. They're pretty cheap in Cincinnati.
Hmm. I'm just trying to think of other ways because we got our homer picks in, we got our homer reasons in. I think it would be a good fit for him in Cincinnati. Talk about bringing in a veteran. Jeez, he would settle everybody down.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah. Honestly, like if I'm an Astros fan, I'd be livid that they're not bringing him back, that they're not paying him
Oh.
what he wants to
Oh.
come back.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Absolutely.
you gave Altuve the what is it the what's what the leg you gave Altuve the legacy deal. Give
Yeah.
Bregman the legacy deal. He's the only guy left.
And he deserves it.
Pay that man his money,
He deserves
right?
it. And if they're going to let him walk, then that
You've already
should hurt
traded
everyone's
Tucker.
feelings.
It should. You've already traded
Yeah.
Tucker. You need to keep somebody around if you want to win, and I think Bregman's the guy you got to keep.
Have we heard anything from Arenado? Because depending on where he does or doesn't go, if he does or doesn't go, then there's going to be an immediate option there for where to put Bregman.
Right.
The
Uh,
A's need a third baseman, but Bregman's not going to go there, and they're
no.
not going to pay him for it.
So from what I've heard with Arenado, most likely from what I've been reading, is the Red Sox. That's like apparently his top destination. I don't know for sure, but like you've got
They
Rafael
just
Devers.
extended. They just extended Devers for like a billion
Yeah, so
years.
I don't. Yeah, so I don't know how that would work out unless you put Arenado at. But you want his glove, so you're not going to make him a DH.
No, right? No,
And I do know. So this is another thing, is I do know that the Red Sox are shopping Tristan Casas
right?
because they tried to send him to Seattle for Luis Castillo, which please get out of here. That's not a no. So because that's another
Yeah,
thing is the Mariners are shopping Luis Castillo. I think they're trying to free up some payroll for Castillo's deal. He's got like 3 years left, and it's actually like based on what pitchers are getting paid right now on the market. Castillo's deal is an absolute steal.
yeah.
It is such a team friendly deal right now that
Oh yeah,
I'm shocked that they haven't been able to move it. And part of the reason they haven't been able to move it is because nobody has offered them something that they like for it. So they may be overvaluing it based on the market, but I don't know. It's
yeah.
kind of a weird thing going on in Seattle because nothing has happened at all this offseason.
Interesting. Well, and Machado's in San Diego. He's not going anywhere.
Right. Matt Chapman
Anyway,
in San Francisco.